It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon to play some baseball, and we got a big day here at the Hive. We got a packed show. Cole, Logan, Coach Barrett, Coach Curtis. So let's talk about it. All right, and this Cole Covington joins the show. How you doing, Cole?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. So talk to me about last night's game. You got a really nice shutout victory over Parklane.
Yeah, it went 10-0, 5 innings. Logan just, went out there, did his thing, threw a gem, and our bats were hot early, and that just put them away.
So you talk about getting hits and not letting the other team get hits.
Correct.
How can you bring that into tonight's game or
I mean,
tonight's doubleheader?
you just gotta keep the same mindset at the plate. Just be aggressive, man. Just try to hit the ball hard somewhere. Just be a tough out every single at bat. And if all 9 guys do that, it's really hard on a pitcher.
So, you're going to be pitching tonight, game 2. First game, you're going to be at first base.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit about game 2 and how you're going to try to make some of them Parklane have an easy out, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean, just command the fastball early. That's my main thing I'm trying to focus on. Just command the zone, throw a lot of strikes, just get ahead in counts, and then I can work my off speed because that's my specialty or what I'm better at. So, yeah, just mainly get ahead, throw a lot of strikes, and keep the pitch count low.
And I love you to talk about work. I admire your work ethic. You work so hard. Talk to me a little bit about this off season and what you did to try to get better in those type of games.
In this off season, just make every workout I can. I'm busy playing baseball and everything, but just make every workout I can. Just come in here, put in the work every day.
All right, so it's rivalry week. Got Parklane. Of course, you had Bowling Green last week. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so coming off the sweep of Bowling Green, just a good 3 games, honestly. Just got those 3 wins, and then I sent in our group chat Sunday night. I was like, hey, everybody knows what week it is. I mean, everybody knows what happened in football. Yeah. Everybody knows what happened in basketball. But it's our season now, right? New mindset. We just wanted to flip the switch, and it's just a different vibe at practice. It's just a different feeling. It's a cool feeling.
Talk to me about that regular vibe. Like, what is it like?
I mean, always practice. You just want to go out there, get better every day. Just as much as you can. And but I don't know, just Parklane, something about it, just something different. It'll just get you in that mode, just get you going.
And, look, I've talked to everybody on the team. They say Coach Barrett is like nothing they've ever, nothing they've ever had in terms of a coach.
For sure.
Well, what does he make those practices like? What does he make those workouts like? Just tell me about how much of a difference he is from other coaches.
Just very, very intense. Very get better every single day. Get in there 2 hours, lock in, get your work done. And I mean, he's done that ever since he's gotten here. So I mean, he's definitely one of the top coaches I've ever had.
All right.
Day.
All right. Well, look, show out tonight, Cole.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we got Mr. Logan Freche, fan favorite here, on the pregame shows. Talk to me about how you doing tonight.
Oh, we're doing good. You got a big win last night, starting off 1-0 on the series against Parklane, always good. Got to come out here and let's just go get the sweep.
So talk to me about this mindset of the doubleheader. It's 2 games, and it's going to be about 4 hours. Talk to me a little bit about that break and then getting back to that game too.
Well, so we already got the momentum going from last night. If we can keep it going in the first game, it's obviously going to carry over to the second game tonight too. As long as we stay locked in, we're going to handle business.
Okay, so you talked about handling business. You handled business last night. Didn't let him get a single run, gave up 3 hits. You locked in the whole time. Talk to me about last night.
Last night was fun. It's always good to beat the mess out of Parklane.
Yeah.
10-0 them in 5, get the job done, get out of there. Let's just do the same thing tonight.
Talked to Cole earlier. I loved his mindset, talking about the intensity of practices at this time, and now you're switched or locked in, excuse me. And practices, just because it's rivalry week. Tell me a little bit about how this going from Bowling Green to Parklane, probably your best 2 rivals.
Yeah, so I mean, always the stakes are high, right? You never want to lose to Bowling Green, you never want to lose to Parklane. So everybody's kind of got that focus going anyway, since it's rivalry week.
I know it's a tough word to pronounce, ain't gonna lie to you. But appreciate your time, Logan.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Daix.
All right, so we got Gunner Staten to join the show. How you doing, Gunner?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again.
So look, you're only senior. So last time you're going to be able to play Parklane in a series unless you meet them in the playoffs. So talk to me about how the motions of those doubleheaders tonight.
Oh, just go out there, have fun, enjoy it, soak it all in, just put everything out there on the field, and have no regrets.
So
Simple.
you're going to be starting on the mound
Mhm.
this first game. Talk to me about it.
I'm just going to attack. Just go in, attack, trust my defense, keep the momentum on our side. We'll be good.
And you talk about trusting your defense. What's those conversations like before games?
I mean, I know who's behind me. They make plays. I throw strikes, they'll, ground ball, fly out, base hit, whatever it may be. They're out there working their butts off, feel a ground ball, throw it across. But it's kind of like a trust aspect. There's not really a conversation for the game. It's just we know our jobs, we execute our jobs.
I love the executing job parts, and I've talked to everybody, and they've talked about the intensity. They've talked about just getting and handling business this week, last week, and every other week. How much do you think that pays off during games?
Oh, it pays off a lot. I mean, if we all bind together, do our jobs like we're supposed to, we keep the momentum, we stay hype, we just plow through. Oh, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for other teams.
So you got a good 10-0 win last night against
Hmm.
Parklane. Talk to me about the game.
Oh, it was from the get go, just momentum. They try to get up, they try to do some of their stuff. We just knocked them down. Defense was strong, offense was even better. We got the momentum, we stayed hype, we stayed on them, we kept racking up runs.
All right, and so offensively, hitting's been a little on and off.
Yep.
How can you find some consistency getting to the bat
It's
or
just
the
a
plate? Excuse me.
it's a mindset thing. Me personally, you can hit all you want in the cage, but once you fine tune it, it's just mindset. You go up there, see fastball, hit fastball, expect curveball, stay back, whatever it may be. You just got to have the mindset. You're better than the pitcher. Get your job done. You're better. You're okay. You got this.
I feel
That's
like
all it is. All it is a mentality thing.
exactly, and I feel like tonight, you can go out there and prove you're the better team with the sweep, get a 3-0 over
Yep.
Parklane. As Logan said, we know what happened in basketball, we know what happened in
Yeah.
football, so
Yep.
let's take care of business in baseball.
100%.
I appreciate you, Gunner.
Thanks, man.
All right, and now we got the HC joining the show, Coach Barrett Morgan. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So look, last night you go 10-0. You beat Parklane 10-0. Talk to me how you felt your team did. You got the job done in 5.
I mean, I thought the biggest part of us is starting good. Sometimes we've struggled with having a good start, and I thought Call, leading off the game with a double, and then Keegan following that with a single really set the tone of what we were trying to do. And that's really what we pressed on the gas a little bit, and then we put the pedal to the floor, and that's really what we wanted to do, and we needed to do that, and we kind of showed that last night, which was great. We never gave them a lick of momentum. The little spark that they had, Blake Dannon did a great job behind the plate of throwing the guy out at third, and then after that it was pretty much shut down from there.
Yes, sir. So talked about little sparks, and I feel when you had you were up lead 5-1, and then you had about the 4th inning. They come back and they roar back about 5-4. Talk to me about how those little sparks kind of extinguished against Parklane.
So going back to against Bowling Green, we got to use. We were on short week with some rainouts, so we knew we wanted to have our guys ready. So we've had some interchanging of really throwing all of our guys, short innings, which sometimes can hurt you a little bit. We never really got a guy to get comfortable besides Gunner on early, in the early game where we could get, where the other guys could get comfortable. So I thought that was kind of where they could, but I think the small things. Moving on to the park lane, the small things are what we've been talking about and we've been working. I told the guys the first day I got in here, you guys are good without me. You guys are good with any coach that comes in and does it. I feel as if I could get you to learn some of these things that really help. You know, they add runs here and there, and they really help you learn how to beat good teams with a good guy on the mound and stuff like that. And we haven't. It's hard to learn them all. And finally we're starting to. Our base running ability now compared to what it was 2 months ago is bar none. It was probably at a 2, and we're at about an 8 or a 9 now. So we had some ball and dirt reads. Benton Burris, who hasn't done it all year, and he had a great one. It puts pressure on them. So if we rewind and go back, and baseball people won't understand this, and I try to explain this to our guys. Ben Burris takes a ball and dirt read, and it allows some pressure that, oh my gosh, we can't make any mistakes against these guys. Well, you know what the next pitch was? A fastball to Carl Perkins, who hits it for about 400 feet that I still hasn't seen land yet. And now it turns in, does he hit that home run if Ben Burris didn't take that extra bag? I don't know, but I can tell you it certainly does help.
So, Coach, you talked about the team being good without you, and what's that? Be great.
I said pretty good. That's what I told the guys. I said, y'all are pretty good, no matter who's here. These are the things that's going to get us to great. Do you want to come in here and be that class that is top 5 and loses in the semis, loses in the state championship, comes in second or third in district, or maybe even first, whatever it is? You have a bunch of secondary awards and trophies. Or do we want to be great and try to win the last game? And these little paths and these little small things are the things that make you great. And I told them the first day I got here, this is by far the most talented team that I've ever coached. But we didn't know how to do all these things. And, I wrote on the board today, I try to write some motivation when I write their weekly schedule. And, I told them yesterday is over. It's hard to be able to stay focused and do it again. I told them, I said, Parklane is going to get off the bus and kind of wobble to the dugout, not really knowing what's going on. We punched them in the mouth. Can we hurry up and do that and start the game that way? And if we do, they'll start hiding, and then we'll get to where we are again. We're kind of around that corner, on that turn. And today and next week, are we going to get around it all the way? We're showing it now. Can we get around it and start dominating and make it a habit?
Yes, sir. I love that. I love the intensity that you bring. But talk to me about some of the development of your guys. You talk about the calls, you talk about the Keegans, but I feel like there's a lot of underrated players on this team.
Okay.
Like,
tell you something. That guy, I think going into the year, they said we had this catcher or whatnot, and then we didn't have a catcher, and it was a huge worry, And Dan would get back there and we'd work on some stuff, and it wasn't perfect by any means. It was a question mark, needless to say. And we get through the first game, not too bad. We get through the second game, third game, doesn't hurt us. Nothing flashy, nothing great. And you look up, Coach Gary's walking across, and we look up and we're like, that Blake Dana, now he's changing games for us. He is 100% the most improved and the most impressive person right now on our team. That I think he just decided, you know what, I want to play. I'm going to get my butt back there and do everything the coaches tell me to, and I'm going to do the right thing, and let's see what happens. And so far, it's really worked out for him, and I'm very proud of him and impressed by what he's done.
all right, yes, sir. I got a question. All right, I got one more question for you, Coach. How do you get the W against the doubleheader tonight?
We come out today exactly like we did yesterday, and it's been a thing that I've been really pressing about them, how important focus is, how important it is to start out. I told them last time, I said, guys, what scares me about us is we haven't played many home games, and I don't feel like we've put a show on like we needed to at home. And I don't know if that's the atmosphere, my friends being in the stands. If you're too comfortable, I don't know what it is. I told them yesterday, I said, it's the white ball. We have to win the white ball every time, whether it's thrown to us, whether we're throwing it, whether we're hitting it, whether we're catching it. We have to win the white ball every single pitch. And we did that last night. We got to do it again tonight, and that's how we're going to win.
All right, Coach. I love the consistency.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right, and here's our advanced building products, building for the future segment with head coach of the JV baseball team, Coach McNabb. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing very well, Joseph. How about you?
I'm doing good. I love to beat Parklane, and that's exactly what we did last night. It's a big rivalry week. Tell me about how you fared in JV baseball. Junior high.
Junior high. It's very confusing. Football and basketball would be considered JV, but for baseball, it's junior high.
Junior high.
I guess we played Parklane 4 times in junior high baseball. The 7th grade lost both games. One a close game, and one Parklane got after us pretty good. I think we beat them. The 8th grade team beat them 18-3 at their place, and then I don't remember 5-1 or something here. So we had a little success. They had a little success against us. You know, they got a very good sports program at Parklane. Very competitive. I expect a competitive game tonight too between the two teams.
All right, yes, sir. So you know, you had talk to me about some of the development of the guys you have on the team.
You know, I coached most of this year's 8th graders. We didn't have many 8th graders on the team last year, so they had to play mostly. I had mostly 7th graders last year, besides 3 guys. So a lot of them guys kind of got thrown into the fire in 8th grade games as 7th graders. So I think that really helped them as far as development going into this year. You know, they wasn't really worried about if we faced a pitcher that was supposed to be pretty good. You know, none of that stuff really mattered to them because they'd seen it all kind of with the level of baseball they play now, and especially having to play up as 7th graders last year. But the 7th grade team, as far as they go, they started out slow, but kind of battled back, started really playing together as a team. Finally started hitting the ball, quit making errors, and they really turned it on at the end of the year as well.
So you talk about that 7th grade team. What are some things y'all can do in the off season to maybe bring that in the 8th grade year? You
Uh,
know, really have some success next year.
yeah, you know, for me, everything starts in the weight room. This day and age, if you aren't in the weight room, you're never going to be successful because there's somebody in the weight room getting better. So if you're just sitting at the house playing Fortnite, uh, you know, you can't get any better doing that. So you need to get in the weight room and really get after it and get off your couch and, you know, try going outside.
So I talked to Coach Barrett, and we talked about Blake Dan a little bit about most improved. Give me a couple of guys on the 7th and 8th grade team that you know you would mark down as most improved.
I would think 7th grade wise, it's a ton. I mean, it really could be a ton of them guys. I guess the first guy that really sticks out in my mind is Tatum Williams. You know, right when we started practice, he was kind of unsure of himself. I'm not. He's a shy kid. So once he got comfortable being around the older kids and you know being more sure of himself, he really got better as we went on through the season. So I guess in the 7th grade, probably Tatum Williams, and in the 8th grade, I think most improved just from a just getting challenged standpoint. A guy that just walked off from listed interview, Jackson DuPont. You know, he started out on the JV team, and for lack of a better term, kind of got demoted to the junior high team. Uh, you know, I challenged him every time he stepped on the mound and really stepped up to the plate to have an AB. I challenged him like, you know, there's people out there doubting you. You doubt yourself. You know, I've heard that you can't do this, you can't do that. So, you know, it's your chance to prove people wrong. And I thought he did that all year. So he was already a good baseball player, but, you know, getting more confidence in himself, learning about body language, I thought he improved on that drastically.
You know, I love you talk about the mindset. Talk to me about some of the mindset you had going into these games. Just trying to prepare them for that next level.
You know, I told the guys for the last 2 years now that I've been doing this, you know, it's not really about wins and losses as far as, you know, we're trying to get ready for high school baseball. Um, You know, so we're kind of like the minor leagues. If you want to call high school baseball the major leagues, no major league organization cares if they win minor league games. Yeah, of course they like to win. It's fun. Winning's fun, but you want to develop those guys so when they get to high school baseball, they win there. And really, I wanted to tell the kids from a mentality standpoint, you know, your kids, you're 13, 14, 15 years old, some maybe even 12. It's okay to have fun. Sometimes with baseball, people put too much pressure on these kids, whether it be coaches or parents or just their peers. And it's okay to have fun. It is a kid's game. So that was kind of my big point. You know, we're trying to get better for varsity baseball. And also, it's okay to have fun and enjoy yourself. And, you know, if you strike out, guess what? It's okay. Life's not over. You know, your life goes on. It's not the end of the world.
All right, Coach Renab, well, I appreciate your time.
All right,
All
And
right,
on
thanks,
our
Zach.
final segment, Cade Niehammer joins the show. How you doing, Cade?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for tonight's baseball game against Parklane. Doubleheader. Doubleheader is always fun, especially because it's Parklane, you know. So, how are you doing?
You know, I'm really excited to see us play. That's obviously the generic answer, but I'm excited to see how we're gonna go with our pitching, and I want to see who we go with. Logan pitched last night all 5, which I feel like was the objective, for him to pitch all 5, because doubleheaders tire out your pitching. Um, you got Gunnar on the mound for the first game and Cole on the mound for the second game. You know, I love those two on the mound, and then you got the guys behind them. I just want to see who's going to come in behind them, particularly in that second game when you get down
Yeah.
to the nitty gritty. Who comes in?
Relief pitching is going to be a big factor tonight. I think Benton Burris probably needs to come in, probably pump 1 or 2 innings, one in the first game, one in the second. He has to pound the strike zone. We can't.
I'm not worried about
Yeah,
Ben.
yeah.
I think Ben's
He comes pumping.
Yep.
We just need to keep the pitch count low, control the strike zone.
So look, what are the Jackets going to have to do to get it done tonight? Give me some keys to the game.
Like I just said, pound the strike zone, command your all-speed pitches, and Coach Barrett talked about this coming out hot. He said Kyle Perkins came out with a double, Keegan Kelsey single, and Colin's gonna have another great game tonight. He had a home run last night too over the right field fence. Coach Barrett did. It still hasn't landed.
Correct. It still hadn't seen land, and so I feel like consistency is such a big thing. That's the thing I'm going with, and heard a lot of players talk about it. Consistency is big. I feel like that's going to be big for Gunnar tonight. I feel like if Gunnar can get it going early, then he'll have it going. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be worried, especially for that first game about that relief pitching. How much we're going to have to bring in? How long can Gunnar stay in? You'd love Gunnar to stay in for the full
four,
and then
get the decision
correct. But then you got a lot of guys behind them for the relief, so I'm not particularly worried about our pitching. But let's talk about this first 4 we have. It seems like every game we got Call, Keegan, Benton, and
Cole
DH sometimes. But
we'll play DH tonight too.
That's gonna first game he should DH. That's a really good strong 4.
Yeah.
And it just makes the job to the 5 through 9 so easy.
And last week a guy that goes kind of off the radar is Brant Liuza.
That's our player of the game. That was our Jack Nation Network player of the game.
He had 3 doubles and one of them hit the wall. I thought 3 of them were.
I thought it was gone.
I thought it was gone. Yeah. He goes under the radar. He's a great fielder.
Got a cannon too.
Yeah. So I know he always plays good at home too. So I think he'll be a good factor.
Yeah. But let's talk about Mason Bell's homer last night. Hit a big homer last night. I believe he had a double as well. And credit to Mason. You can tell he's really worked on his game throughout the offseason. Got a lot stronger. Been able to connect the ball a lot more. And just if Mason can do that again tonight, which I feel like we will need him to at times, it's gonna go good. It's gonna go good for the Jackets. So look, I'm gonna hope for the sweep. And look, hats off to Parklane. They have a really good program. They have a great team that's gonna be they're gonna be in the South. They're just they're gonna be competitive. And I feel like that's one thing. You don't really like each other. You're 30 minutes down the road from each other, and so you gotta bring your A game tonight. And I expect Cole, Covington, and Gunnar Staten will. So
yeah, and not to mention the other sports, football, they beat us, and at their place, and their basketball, we all know what happened there, but this is our time. We command baseball.
Look, all right, I agree with that. Thanks for tuning into the pregame show. Thank you to our sponsor, or our executive title ad sponsor, Advanced Building Products, and our podcast sponsor, A&B. This is Joseph Daix.
I'm Kay Needhammer.
And this is Jack Nation Network, signing off.